A very good evening to you. I hope you are well. We are currently on the cusp of just starting our brand new event, Stitch to Impress. Anything that you buy during the live hours where we have said logo on show, you'll be put into a prize draw that we're drawn tomorrow. I think it's 5 o'clock tomorrow. It'll be drawn to win the mega bundle. And we're also throwing in that sewing machine that you can see at the front there. It's worth over 600, actually worth over £800 is the whole bundle, we were told earlier as well. All you simply have to do is check out in one of the shows. You've got this hour, you've got the next hour with me as well, so it's all your one-day special hours, and you'll be automatically entered. Now, I'm also going to tell you, before we go any further, this is a good hour to join freedom. It really, really is, because what are we talking about? We are talking about the big name of Britannia. Yes, indeed. Britannia is what we're talking about. Sewing is what we're going to be doing. We are talking about a sewing machine that is going to grow with you. Now, I know you think, well, what do you mean when it grows with me? I honestly will. It will go from if you've never sewn before, it will hold your hand and go all the way through every little journey that you're going to go on. Because not only are you getting the machine this hour for this one-day special, there are so many more added extras that we've also thrown in as well. You're also going to get, so you get the machine, which we'll sing about it, the bells and whistles on this machine, and for the price that you are getting at is absolutely phenomenal. It's worth every single penny of £598.94, just shy of 600 quid. It's worth every single penny of it. When they told me earlier what this machine does, I went straight in at 600 quid. I said, easily. They went, no, we're going to put it on 3 flexes of £159.65. Because the added extras, in theory, that you get with this machine, you get for nothing. Okay? Because you are getting the extension table, which we're going to throw in. So you get that is worth £39.99. We'll put it on the bottom of the screen for you, because if you've already want one, it's there. Maybe you've already got a machine, but you want your extension table. There is said extension table at the bottom of the screen, but don't go for it on its own. It's in part of your bundle. I'm then also going to throw in the accessory set as well, worth £59.95. So you're going to get the accessory set. You are going to get the extension table. For theory, I'm giving them to you. I'm absolutely giving them to you. And I'm going to go and throw in your machine as well, with said feet that you get as well. See, I told you, it's a machine that will grow with you from beginner all the way through to advanced. Now, I'm not alone either throughout the hours. If you've got any, I nearly choked then. If you've got any questions this hour as well, because you know me, I say it as it is, I wear my heart on my sleeve, I'm with you. It's a considered purchase. I'm with you every way on this. I've made it easy for you and I've put it on 3 flexible payments. But if you've got that one question that you're thinking, if only he would ask, we've got an expert in the building that will tell us everything that we need to know. But if we're not telling you what you need to know, you need to tell me. And the minute you tell me, I will put the question forward. We've got our George here as well. Good evening, how are you?
Good evening, Adam. I'm very well, thank you very much.
Good. This is a cracking little machine.
Absolutely lovely, yeah.
It really is. And as I said in the intro, it does grow with you. So if you've never picked up a sewing machine before, maybe it's something that you've always wanted to get into. Is it easy to use?
It's very, very easy to use and also very, very versatile at the same time.
So it is phenomenal, and it's used all around the UK, worldwide, from schools use this, all the way through to courses that would be using this as well. And it's portable, because you would think, looking at the price to see what you're getting here, it's a good old sturdy machine. This is not one of the inferior machines that you'd see anywhere else.
Well, that's it. You say it's compact, it's small, but there's weight to it. So when you're taking that around, you can feel it's sturdy. So it's easy to pick up and carry, but there's definitely something there when you pick it up.
So you know you're buying into quality. The minute you hold this in your hand, you know you're buying into quality. Let me show you some of the features. Let me show you some of the features that we have on here. You have got 65 inbuilt stitches already thrown in for you in your machine as it is. You've got auto tension, something we will come on to as the hour goes on. Because normally, 9 times out of 10, that's where people go wrong. I've got a sewing machine at home. I've got one, and my tension's all over the shop. That's why I really don't use it. It sits in a box and we don't use it anymore because I can't work out the tensions on it. But this one does it all itself. Simple patterns. That you're getting in there as well, and stitch control functions. You're getting all the features on this machine that a big boy machine would have as well. You're also getting that simple quick set bobbin system on there. You're getting your light LED. You're also getting a hardcover accessory compartment that's in there as well. From there, this is the embroidery machine. We've also got the embroidery machine on the show as well, which is phenomenal because that brings me on quite nicely to my next point that I was going to make. So, I'm going to play devil's advocate this hour and I'm going to sit on the fence for you. So I get one of these machines home, one of the Britannia machines, I get the sewing machine home and I absolutely adore it. But then things like an embroidery machine maybe I want to go for. Does that mean I have to go out and buy a whole new machine? Or with the big world of Britannia and the name that we know, can we just add on to the machines that we've already got?
That's it. Not only is this a perfect machine for all different applications, you can add on the embroidery unit, giving you a massive, massive embroidery area, and it literally just slips onto the machine, plugs in, and away you can go with embroidery.
Well, let's start at the very beginning, because in the word of Julie Andrews, it's a very good place to start. So, I get it home, I get it out the box. Setup time. Is it a faff to set up? Am I looking at lots of cables? Am I looking at... So let's go with cables and then threading, because that's the big one that everyone looks at. When we look at a sewing machine, you go, well, how do I plug it in, first of all? Is it easy to plug in? Does it have a foot pedal? Second of all, how do I thread the machine up?
That's it. So when you get it home, it's simple. It's just got a 2-pin plug on it, plug straight into the machine, and that'll light up. So if I switch it off and then switch it back on again, that has now opened and set itself up, ready to sew. Okay. So when you come to putting your first thread on there, very, very simple thread up system. So first thing you do is wind the bobbin.
Oh, okay.
Now,
how would I do that?
What you do on this one, again, it's got a quick set bobbin winding system as well. So you can put the bobbin on the machine like that.
Okay.
And then the thread, you can follow just this dotted line here and take it round into the tension, and then you wrap it around the bobbin. You wrap it around the bobbin here, flick that over, and it cuts off underneath. Press the start button on here, and that starts to wind the bobbin.
Ah, so it'll wind the bobbin for us, and none of this manual labour of winding it ourselves. The machine will do all the hard work for us.
Exactly. Yep, you don't have to relocate the handle on the machine at all. It just, you flick it over, press the button, and it does it.
How about then threading up? So we've done the bobbin. We know where the bobbin goes. The bobbin then sits in the chamber at the bottom. Is it easy to thread?
Yes. Again, it's all in the track system. So the thread, I'll do it for you if you like. So I'll just pull that out there. So now the thread just goes onto the spool there.
Okay.
And then you can use a little spool cap to make sure it all comes off evenly.
Yeah.
And then to thread the machine up, you just very, very simply follow this track round here, like that. And then it goes behind, little thing in there, little guide in there. And then the needle threader on here. Now this is impressive because there are other needle threaders where they're rocky. This one, it does it all for you. So you just click that down, that pivots, and a little hook goes through the eye of the needle, go round into there, click that, press that there, and it gives you that loop at the back to pull through and put behind the machine there, ready to go. And then the bobbin, as you said, quick thread bobbin. So once the bobbin's wound, you just pop it in, spinning anti-clockwise, round in the track, little blade there, cuts off, put the case on, and it's ready to go.
So the machine really does all the hard work for you. All the hard work. It takes all the faff. You know then the good old days, as it were, with a hand wind machine that you had to sit there and wind your bobbins up, then you had to put the bobbin underneath the bottom to take it all the way through, and then you think, well, I've done all that, now which way do I go? Is it left? Is it lefty loosey, righty tighty? Do I go up and around? Everything is drawn for you, everything is diagrammed. It comes with a full instruction manual as well. So you're never on your own. I didn't even mention at the top of the hour that because of the big name that you're getting with this as well, you are getting a 3-year warranty with this. So you're getting a full 3-year warranty with this, and you will eventually, they are on their way, they are currently being in the process of being made, of having online tutorials. Online tutorials that are going to hold your hand and go through more or less everything that we're about to go through in the next 5 hours. But the bonus of it being on the telly, you can stop and start, you can record at any single time. We've had some questions in already, and it brings us nicely on to our next point. The question was from Jane. Thank you for your email, Jane. She said she's had fingers burnt before with inferior machines. What's the build quality? We touched on it slightly on our introduction. What's the build quality like with Britannia, as the name says?
It's very, very good. So it's all the moving parts are metal. The plastic casing is just on the outside. As I said, that's why it's got some weight to it. So the threading system is reinforced. The conventional feeding system is about as good as you can get a feeding system to be. And yeah, as I say, all made of metal. The company this comes from actually has a history in industrial machines as well, and embroidery machines. They're massive in the embroidery sector. So they've taken that technology again and put it into the Britannia.
So how long have Britannia been around for?
So Britannia was an English company about the 1930s. They were around for, and then it's been revived in the last 6 or 7 years with these really, really good quality machines.
So they've been around for a while, so you're buying into quality. The minute you say this, you're buying into quality straight away. Right then, we've started at the very beginning, so we know how to turn it on, we know how to plug it in. We've also said, well, we've not said, but we've also done the thread the needle. It also comes with your foot pedal as well, but we've not even got to the sewing bit yet. That's the bit we're going to move on to now. So we've threaded our needle, we're good to go. What happens next?
Well, I just say get on and have a play. It's as simple as that. So with the safety features built in, you can't really do any damage to the machine through misuse. Obviously, we're all beginners at some point, especially on this machine. So if that foot is up like that, and that's not engaged, then it's not going to sew.
Okay.
So when the machine is ready, put the foot down, that comes up green on there, and then just press the button, and you're away. Now, on the front here, there's this speed control. So you can start out really slow, and as you get your confidence up, you can speed it right up, like that. And then when we come to the end, when you're finished, when you want to finish off the line of stitching, you've got the scissors button on here, press that. Beautiful thread trimmer comes in, cuts the threads and leaves them underneath as well, ready to tie off or tuck into your seam.
Oh, beautiful. So really, you don't even need scissors with this. It does it all for you. Right then, once again, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to sit on the fence for you. So you've got all the tools that you've got on the front, the start and the stop, and you've got the speed. Can we also use these with the foot pedal that comes provided? Can we use the same sort of technique so we can slow down the foot and speed up the foot if we want to? That's
it. So you can cap the top speed on the foot control, so it won't run away with you. So if I were just to leave the speed about mid-speed, again, if I was flat out on the foot control, it's not going to go right up and ruin your stitching, go too far. It's got so much control on this machine. There's also a tortoise button on the front here, which if you press, it will slow it instantly down to its slowest setting.
So really, as you said, you can't go wrong. Just have a play. There's nothing you can press, there's nothing you can do with the machine that's going to break it or anything like that. Just literally don't be scared of it is what you're trying to say.
That's it, yeah. Get on it and run up a few lines, test out all the different stitches on there, all the different functions. I'll take you through those in a second.
That was going to be my next point. We can sew. We've done the basic sew. This is what we've done. So we've run it through the machine. Fabulous. We can thread the needle, we can trim your thread, all by a touch of a button that's on the side. Now this is where we start getting into murky waters, and I'm with you on this one as well. Because the minute you start seeing, even if I close out, the minute you start seeing this, you think, here we go. We're talking electronics, I need to be a whiz kid. I've only just got round Sky Plus. What am I going to do with this now? So, breaking it down, is it as complicated as it looks on the front?
Nowhere near. It's as easy as can be. It's as simple as choosing a stitch and putting the number in of that stitch, and away you go.
If you can take a step to your right for me, just so we can see that stitch again. If you can flick through, how do we change the stitches on it?
So you've got this plus and minus on here, and literally
Oh, so we've got all these stitches.
And it runs through. No complicated system of getting there, just 2 digits on the screen, so you can select whatever stitch you like,
so
number 50.
Oh, there you go. So ask a silly question. I was going to say, well, how do I know what the numbers correspond to? So all the numbers that you see in that machine correspond to what we're currently seeing on our screen at the moment. So what sort of stitches can we do? Does it do things like buttons, and does it do things like our straight stitch, our zigzag stitch, our hem stitches? Does it do all our traditional stitches?
That's it, yeah. It's got all about 10 utility stitches are on the first 10 stitches there.
Yep.
And then the most commonly used stitches are just below the selection panel, with a straight stitch to the left, straight stitch in the middle, zigzag, stretch stitch, and your standard buttonhole as well.
So we get all this, so once again, very easy. So we've got patterns in there. We'll go through some of the other buttons as we go. I'm trying to keep it very simple for you at the moment, just so we can know what we're getting, because there is so much in this bundle. Remember, everyone that purchases puts into that big price draw for tomorrow at 5. So we've talked around the machine. Let's go around some of the feet that we get in the machines as well. So what do we get in the accessory kit that's worth $59.95? What sort of feet are we getting in there?
So including in that these are very creative feet. So they allow you just to do something directly onto a piece of fabric to get your bearings with the machine. So we've got the free motion foot with it on there, which is great fun to have a go with. It's really therapeutic getting into that meditative flow, moving around the stitches. In fact, one college bought this one specifically because of how nice the free motion stitches are. You get a guide as well, so when you're running up your lines, you can make sure it's neat, it's tidy, and exactly in line with the next row of stitching. You get the walking foot with it for things like furnishing, quilting, anything with a bit of bump to it, with a wadding in the middle. And then you get these 3 feet here. So you've got a 1/4 inch foot, which is it gives you an exact 1/4 inch from the edge and a stitching line. You get the stitch in the ditch foot for quilting.
Yep. So you get a lot.
And one last foot with different measurements on it to give you that perfect edge, that perfect stitching around the edge of a piece of fabric.
So that, what we've just been through, is extra. So that is something that we're just giving to you. That is something you normally have to pay extra for it. Normally have to pay extra for that accessory kit that you've got there. $59.95 extra is what we would normally charge you. Today, we have thrown it in. You then get your normal accessories like your buttons are in there, your button holder in there, you get all your unpicker in there as well, you get your needles, you get your 3 bobbins in there, and you get all your standard feet in there as well, and much, much more. But not only are we giving you that, we're also giving you an extension cable as well. table. Well, one other thing, I will mention the extension cable as well. So the extension table that we're getting in here, once again, you would normally have to pay extra on other machines that you get there. $39.99 is what we would charge you. It's out there on the website now. Have a look for yourself. But we've thrown it in to the kit for you. So the extension table, maybe we've not seen one of these before. Once again, I'm keeping it simple. Maybe you have. I don't want to tell you how to suck eggs. But the extension table, is it a faff to click on? Is it a faff to take off?
No.
Can we level it out if we're working on sort of an uneven surface? Can we level it out at the bottom?
That's it. Well, I would never recommend working on an uneven surface to begin with. It's really, so it's got a nice wide support system on there. So these feet, they just flick out, and then if I come over to the machine, your accessories tray slides off, leaving you with a free arm.
Yeah.
You've got the drop feed there as well. And then all you have to do with the extension table is slip that on like that. And that's ready to go. And you've got that extra support. Again, really, really sturdy.
So look at that. So now you've extended your working table already. So now think about quilting. Now think about that big bump of quilt that you've got. How else do you get round there? What I also like about this machine, and it's the tiny things that I really enjoy, it's like life, but the tiny things I like is this bit here, is the neck that you've got in there. You imagine all that quilt that you are sewing, but you've got room to store it all in the neck. So if you are making your quilts, if you are making your throws, your embroideries, it's not going to get all caught up because you've got that tiny little space to work in. You have a large area now to keep all your work in as well. So we've known how to thread it. We've got the extension cable, the cable that comes with it, going back slightly. It's a long old cable that you're getting as well with these machines. So if you have got a plug maybe a little distance away from your work table, it's a good old size cable.
Yep, that's it. So you don't need to be too near a plug point. You can just plug that in and yeah.
So long cable. We know how to thread it. It threads itself, more or less. Your needle that we've got in there. You've got all the designs, the 65 built-in stitches that we've got in there as well. We've only talked around some of the buttons on the front. We'll get to more of those later as well. Do not worry. From there, we learned how to sew. It can do it on its own by a touch of a button. It can cut the thread all on its own. It's got the thread trimmer in there. So no more this pulling it out and having these threads wailing everywhere. It will do it itself. So you're going to save on thread. It's always a bonus. You've also got the feet in there as well, so if you want to go at your own feet, maybe you're working from your foot, so you've got two hands. That also comes thrown in, your foot pedal that's thrown in as well. Then you're getting all the accessories that you're also thrown in. But then, here's one, where do we keep all accessories? Where do we keep that cable that we plug it in? Quilting classes are going to be back up and running soon, maybe by the end of the year. So, the case for the actual machine itself, does it come with a hard case that we can just throw over and carry everything together, save me throwing it in the back of the car and it rolling around?
Well, that's it, yes. So you get this hard case with it here. It's a hard shell to protect the machine against the elements and scuffs and everything. It's got a lovely little... Where am I?
You're behind you, camera 3. Right?
That's it. So it's got a lovely space on here. So the handle on the machine comes up through and you're carrying the actual machine. And then it's also got your little holding space here. So you can put your foot pedal, power cable and instructions in here rather than screwing them up and trying to put them under the arm of the machine. They sit in here lovely, neat and tidy without getting pulled about and stretched.
That's amazing. So once again, they've even thought about the carry case that you've got as well. Now, we've got some testimonials from people like you sitting at home going, oh, okay, that's fair enough, but what do we think about this? First one's from our Sophie. So, got the new machine yesterday. Obviously, this was the last time we showed it, just so you're aware. Got my new machine yesterday, trying out the embroidery unit. Remember, we've got these on the show as well. They are very, very busy, the embroidery unit. They are absolutely phenomenal. Tried out the embroidery unit, very pleased with the first results. That was her first result, and she's already over the moon. Becky, my new machine up and ready to use. That's how quick it is to get out the box. So easy to set up and choose the various stitches. Really looking forward to getting back into sewing after several years of having a rubbish machine. I bought on the internet an expensive mistake. Now, that sums it up. That one from Becky sums up everything that shopping telly is about. For the sheer fact, we are live. The time has just gone 24 minutes past 6 on a Friday evening. We have an email, studio@thecraftstore.com. If there is any question, no question is a silly question. If you want to be anonymous, we'll take your name away. And I know I've got this show and I've also got 4 o'clock. I've got final call tomorrow as well, should it stay around. Email in. Email Judy. We've got 5 live hours and we can ask any question. I do not want you getting this home and going, he didn't tell me that, or he didn't say that bit. Oh, he didn't tell me that bit. Ask me whatever. And if I can't answer it, somebody will. And if I can't answer it, I'll make it up. So, no, I won't, but you know what I mean. Just email me in. I don't want you sitting on the fence with this. No question is clear. I know I'm with you all the way. It's a considered purchase, but I've already put it on 3 flexible payments for you. The most flexible payments I can do. £159.65. 569982 is your item number. One question that I have got, and I think most of the people will be asking it as well. So we've talked about how amazing the machine is and what it can sort of do. What materials will the machine actually take?
A wide variety of materials, from organzas through to denim. It hasn't got a problem. So straight up here, piece of crystal organza, slippery, lovely looking, but traditionally very, very difficult to work with. So on this machine, what I can do is put that on there and confidently just go to sew. So one thing I will mention, what I would usually do is put in a finer needle. So this is a normal dress weight 90 needle. But if I just select the stitch on there and off I go.
Once again, no problem. Going right through a knife through butter, which brings me on to another question I'll ask about changing the needle shortly. Someone remind me about that next time we pause. So that's organza, it's gone through quite nicely.
Cut the threads on there. You can feel the grip as it's going through. It's not allowing that to slip, and it hasn't puckered at all on there.
Oh, nice.
And then straight from that into a denim.
So it'll do the rough stuff like denim as well?
That's it, yeah. Versatile. A good machine is always versatile to be able to do all these different projects and things you can come up with.
So do I need to change the settings now on the machine? Because I'm now using it, I've gone from light to hard. So I'm guessing I'd have to change the settings and tell it it's denim, would I?
No, that's it. So because of the auto tension, it does all that, it sorts it all out itself. The rule of thumb is the thicker the fabric, you do a longer stitch. It's the way it looks on the fabric. So I can just press the length button. It brings up my stitch length at the moment, which is 2.5 mil. And if I just pop that up, go for 3.5 mil on there. And then sew along like that.
And that's a fair amount of denim you're going through now. I tried to work out when you're folding it how much we're going through. Is it 2 layers or 4?
So this is 3 layers on here.
3 layers, neither of them.
And then it will ride over those seams on there as well. So now very easily.
So this is 6 layers now?
From 3 to 6 layers, like butter on there.
I love that thread cutter. We've all said it.
Also on this machine, so you've got the thread trimmer to finish off, but for the start and finish you also want to tie in your threads, make sure they're knotted under the machine and not come loose. So there's the button on here. Now this does a stitch on the spot, so when that's highlighted and I go to sew, it's going to do stitches on the spot like that, and then it will go off. So now that starting stitch is all tied in, and then if I press the reverse button at the finish, it will do 3 more stitches on the spot, and I can cut the threads, and then that's knotted on the underneath as well.
Look at that. So we've gone through 6 layers of denim. Organza we've gone through like a knife through butter. I've not changed a needle. I've not changed tension. I've not faffed around changing bobbins. The machine does it for you, which now means that you can now enjoy you can enjoy the world of sewing again, because the machine takes out the world of faff. Maybe you've seen those other machines in supermarkets that have got special offers written all over them, and you think, yes, I'll go one of them. I'm going to start my sewing journey. You get it home, you get it out of the box, it's clean, it's crisp, it's nice, it's beautiful. You give it a go, but the tension's wrong. The thread starts to break. You're pulling it, you're yanking it out of the machine to get all those threads that you can cut. You're ruining your fabric, you're stretching your fabric, and you're wasting thread, because you've got to try and get it on that cutter on the side that never really works properly every time you put it through. And then you think, actually, sewing's not for me. I'm not a sewer. Maybe you are a sewer, but it's the machine you're using that makes you not a sewer. With this, it will grow from beginners. In theory, I think I've sold it to myself. I'm not going to lie. I genuinely think I've sold this machine to myself. I love it. I've always wanted to start sewing. And I've got one of those inferior machines, one of the ones from the supermarkets that me and Molly use. It takes... And I thought I was good, but then I worked out I'm not that good because it now sits in the shed. Where with this, it would sit pride of place because I know the machine does all the work for me. It will use it, it's usable, you can't break it, you can't really go wrong. Now when I say you can't break it, don't throw it down the stairs, you know what I mean when I say the point. But have a go. There's nothing you can press on here that's going to disrupt it. So, but if something did go wrong, say I did do, say something went wrong with it, or I wasn't sure what I was doing, so I became a bit hesitant. Is there anywhere where we can go? Is there a website we can look at? And also, how do we talk about the warranty? How do I initiate that?
So on britanniasewing.com, you can contact us through there with any queries. We're available on the phone. We're now doing more and more video chats, because then we can physically get eyes on the machine. And we've sold so many customers, especially through this lockdown. We've helped so many customers out through a video chat, just solving their problem like that. In terms of the warranty, we'll do that on our side when we get the order through. We'll make sure you're covered.
Oh, fabulous. Right, and let me give you the all-important numbers that you are going to need for this machine. 569982 is your item number. You're saving £120. The saving that we have given you there, you've still got money in your back pocket after I've given you the 2 added extras that you would normally pay extra for. I've given you the table, I've also given you the extra feet, and I've thrown it onto 3 flexible payments of £159 and 65 pence. £159 and 65 pence today, then in a month's time, and in a month's time after that, then the machine is yours. But after that first payment, we will send the machine to you. Now, if you're a Freedom member, this is free. I will postage this for free. So the P&P is paid for, it's in your Freedom membership. Now, 9 times out of 10, if you bought last week, you may have got a Freedom membership for free, which works in your favour when you're going for this. If you're not a Freedom member, though, the postage on this is £11.95. It's an expensive machine, so we look after it. We want to give it with care. But with Freedom, for £7.97 for the whole month. Now, if you're not a Freedom member, I know what you're thinking already, because I asked exactly the same question when I walked into the office. Exactly the same. Everyone was standing around gossiping. I walked straight in and I said, well, if I'm not a Freedom member now, though, but maybe I've got to become a Freedom member, then I've got to wait for it to activate. No, it will activate straight away. Put 888, that will get you a Freedom membership. Then put the sewing machine into your basket as well, and then you instantly become a Freedom member. So then that postage will be for free. And that's anything you purchase for the next month. So maybe you're going to purchase today and every sewing show so you can win that massive bundle of £800 worth of goodies. You are going to get all that, and you'll get all the added extras as well, like a membership badge that you'll get in there. You'll get exclusive discounts, no contracts. You can cancel at any time. Cancel at any time. £7.97 is what you're looking at. £478.94. But for the sewing machine, 3 flexible payments of £159.65. 569982 is your item number. Remember, with all that accessories in there as well. Right then. Embroidery unit. Embroidery is now what we're going to touch on. And I said it at the top of the show, and I'm going to say it again. Maybe you've just joined us. First of all, welcome. You are looking at a brand new one-day special from the wonderful world of Britannia, is what we're looking at this time. We've seen the sewing machine, which is your one-day special. Now we're talking embroidery machines, and I'm with you already, because once again, I asked the question when we was in the meeting. Oh, it's a whole new machine now. I've now got to find another space on my desk for an embroidery machine. But I haven't, have I?
No. So with this Britannia, you get an amazing sewing machine, and there's so much you can do with it. And it's pre-built into it, a little section you can plug a cable into the back here. The embroidery unit just slides on, so it can always be bought as an add-on to the machine.
And with the embroidery machine that we're getting yourself, once again, let's take it back to basics for you. Is it easy? So it's easy to set up a simple cable and the machine will automatically recognise that it's plugged in?
That's it, yep. So you just switch the machine off, slide it on, and switch the machine back on again. So
we've got that. So how many embroidered objects have we already got programmed into the machine?
So there's 150 pre-programmed embroideries on there, ready to go, plus 4 fonts as well.
There is so many in here. Let me show you what you're getting. So, where am I? One. So that's one. So that's 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages that we've got. 6, 7, so there's over hundreds and hundreds of built-in embroidery designs that you're getting in there as well. You're also getting 4 different fonts that's in there. By a 7 by 5 inch hoop area, which is a large hoop area that we're talking about. A USB port, we'll touch on this shortly, do not let this baffle you. I will break all this, I say I will, I won't at all, I'll ask. The USB port for DST format files. I'm guessing that means we can add on files. Automatic tension once again, so we haven't got to worry about the tension, and one size fits all, perfect for your workshops. So, George, can we show, let's put our money where our mouth is. Is it as easy to attach as we say? Can you attach one now to your machine?
Yep, let's go for it. So, take that extension table off, fold that up. And then here we go. So
I don't need separate electric for it, I don't need to plug it into the mains or anything like that?
No, it draws its power directly from the machine already.
That's amazing.
So this just literally slides on there. We'll switch the machine off, plug that in. Now open that up, and this machine has come on there.
Look at that.
So they've thought about everything on this. So the screen can't just sit here, because when you're embroidering, your fabric's going to cover it up. So they've made it. It pulls it out over there. Pulled it out.
We weren't ready for that on cameras.
And so it gives you this whole new screen, which leaves the simple screen up here, and then it gives you this new screen, which can give you. Set that all up, and then you're really ready to adventure on there, because you've got lots of different options. Obviously the embroidery designs are practically infinite. There's always new ones every day, as you were saying with the DST files. So this comes with a USB stick, a 4 GB USB stick, which you can program in DST embroidery files. Now DST doesn't sound like much, but it is actually the most popular embroidery file in the world. So pretty much every single embroidery pattern you can find can be downloaded in a DST format.
That's amazing. So we've now got the world at our fingertips for embroidery that we're looking at the moment. So we get the kits, we get the hoop that we get there as well, we get full instructions, so we haven't got to flick through everything. All your designs are already in here themselves. Maybe you're thinking, well, now I've got to go for 2 things. I've got to go for the sewing machine, but I've already got a Britannia sewing machine at home. If I've already got a sewing machine at home from the brand, but it's not the one that we've got as our one-day special, will this still work?
That's it. All of the Britannia sewing machines come with this port in there, so you can add this on to any Britannia sewing machine.
Right then, once again, let's put our money where our mouth is then, shall we? We tell you it's easy to use. We tell you it's easy to set up. We've seen how it goes on and fits onto the machine, but let's see some embroidery.
Right, okay, so I've realised, so I need to take this off again and drop the feed. So obviously when you're sewing, it's got the teeth that pulls it through. On the bottom here.
I know this is good to see that, because obviously we would do this at home as well.
That's it, under the pressure of the cameras. The simple step, just flick that there, and that drops the teeth below the the bed, so they're not in contact with the fabric, and all your fabric moves then from this hoop here.
Does the embroidery machine tell us to do that, or is that something we need to remember?
It does. It flicks up on the. So that's what reminded me when as soon as I turn this on, it will come up on the screen here.
Oh, there we go. Look.
Is the feed dogs put down? And now I can confidently say yes, they are. And then that will move.
Screen. If, because it is touchscreen, maybe we have problems with our fingertips, or we can't really use like phones. Can we use one of them pens on the screen as well?
Yes, you can on this machine. It's pressure sensitive, so you can use a pen on there to get that
like
precision.
we would on a phone or a tablet or anything like that.
That's it.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So
what we embroidery?
I've got to change the whole ankle, the foot on here, to an embroidery, to the embroidery foot. So that's just going to take me 1 second.
Not a problem. I will do some numbers for you while you change. So it's easy to change, but we don't want to say changing needles, do we? Let me do some numbers in the meantime. 3 flexible payments on this of £161 and a few pennies, or a one-off payment of £498.70. Once again, I'm with you all the way. I know it's a considered purchase, but you are not just getting the machine, okay? So you're getting the multi-clear backing that you get here as well. And then you're also getting 5 pre-wound bobbins as well. So I'm guessing this is sort of like our stabilizer that we're going to be using in the round that you're getting there. So that's what you're going to put underneath. You know when you get a sweater and you put it through the wash and you get them white bits? The stuff behind the logo. That's that. So we're talking quality straight away. You're not just going on to a simple project and hoping for the best. You are going into this, but now thinking you've got a business in a box. You have got a ready-made business in a box. Over thousands of designs are at your fingertips that we're looking at already. Things like musical notes, crowns. You've got the beautiful fonts that you're there, that you've got fonts. You've also got artwork, so maybe you can now purplize. When I used to work away, all I ever wanted was a personalised dressing gown, just with my initials on. And it was red, and I just wanted AH in gold embroidery. And my nan, it wasn't silk, it was just a normal dressing gown. But that's all I wanted, and a pipe. No, I didn't. But my nan got an embroidery machine. She's had one for years, but she never got it out of the box because she was scared to use it. And she used it, and that's what she did for me. It was all gold, and I've still got it to this day. And it's something you treasure. I find if it's personalised, you keep it. Like a flannel or a towel or a pillowcase or a napkin for a dinner party or Mr. and Mrs., his and hers. It was very popular when we could go abroad to have one of the sunbed covers that you put all your stuff in, but with your name on, or Mr. and Mrs. for newlyweds and things like that. Well, you can now do that. You are buying into a business. And as you'll see from around the set, that we've got the towels with the logos on. We've got so many things that you can all do once you've got the right tools for the job. Right, I think our needles are all changed. Let's go and do some embroidery. Right,
so the first thing with embroidery now, backing. Backing is used to support the fabric. So the thicker the fabric, the less support it needs in general, and then the finer the fabric, the more support it needs. Okay. So if you're doing something very lightweight, don't be afraid to put on 2 layers of this to support it. So I just need one with this material.
Would we put on layers, or could we just take a larger end and just fold it in half? Would that still work as well, or do you need a separate?
Yeah, no, you can just fold it in half. Just chuck it in, put the next. Yeah, exactly. It's all playing with different fabrics. See what works. So, so that just goes on there.
Can we change the size of the designs?
Yes, yeah, you can expand and make them smaller as well, just by pressing plus or minus on the screen.
So you're telling us we're getting over 1,000 designs already built in, but in theory it's like 3,000 to 4,000 designs with the amount of sizes that we're getting. This is not like a one-trick pony. We have got one design that you can have from minute to all the way up to the full size of your frame as well. So in theory, you're getting more designs than you're actually giving yourself credit for.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. You can really, when you're placing things, putting it in that right space, you can make sure it's the right size for that space. Let's get that in there like that. So you put it in, hoop it all up, and you don't want it too tight on there. So you just give it a little pull on the inside like that.
You don't want it like drum tight, you just need it, give it with a bit of give.
That's it, small amount, yeah. If it was, for example, if you were doing a jersey or a stretch fabric, of course, you want to be really gentle on that, make sure it's all even. So that just goes on there, oh, wrong way around, and then clips on there like that. And that is now set.
Was that magnetic? Or
yes, there are magnets in there, exactly, yeah. It's magnetic, and then you've got a little button on the top here that you just push down and it comes off again. So it's really sturdy system. Like that. So then, coming to the screen here.
Okay.
I've got the options of the pre-built-in...
if you just take a step back for me, just so we can see it on the screen. Fabulous.
Yep. I've got the pre-built-in patterns here, and then the alphabets here as well.
Yep.
Also, got the USB. As I say, that opens you up to a world of embroidery designs that you can get from all over the world. It's really, really nice, that sort of sharing. So if I go on to here, and I can just scroll through these patterns. So where you've got the picture here, they're also in the manual as well, in more detail. In the manual as well, it tells you what colour order. So I'm just going to start off. I like the number 22. I like this one here, which is a lace design.
Okay.
So that's come up on there. It gives me the size. On the screen, press OK, and that is loaded in. So on here you've got this massive sewing area as well. So this hoop that comes with the machine is the large hoop, and that's 13 by 20 centimetres or 5 by 7 inches.
That's a big old area.
It's a lot of space to get creative with, yeah. So that is now set.
Okay.
That's ready to go. So I've got some options with it here. So I can just place that by holding that in there.
So that will move up and down. We can flip it.
Flip it, exactly. Trace it so you can see the edges of where you're going to put it. Nice. See the area it's going to take up. Got a super bright light on there as well. I've only just noticed now the fabric's in there. These long-lasting LED bulbs. So yeah, you can flip the design, mirror it left to right, top to bottom, and then so I'm happy. I'm going to put it down in that bottom corner there.
Okay. If you take a step back for me again. Thank you very much.
Okay. And then, as you can see, I can change the size of it as well, so I can make that just a touch smaller if I want to.
I love this. On
there. Like that. I can then, if I put my USB stick in the side there, which is somewhere under there, I can save that pattern. I can save where it is on there.
So if I wanted to do multiples of the same item, I could save it onto my USB stick, and then I could manufacture, as I said, the same logo over and over again. That's it, yeah, yeah. You can leave the machine, come back to it, it's always there on the USB stick, then it's saved. Fabulous. And with 4 gigabytes, you can get a lot of patterns on there as well. So I'm almost ready to go. I'm just going to have a little look at that design on there. We've got about 7 minutes left of the show. Just okay. So you know. So let's get sewing then, shall we? Let's get doing it. Let's get embroidering. So it's telling me now again, make sure this is down. It won't start sewing if it's not ready to sew. Okay. So that's on there, and then there's something else I forgot to do. Oh, go on. Okay, so with it, as you say, you get the pre-wound bobbins. Now, a bobbin thread is finer for embroidery than a traditional thread. So these pre-wound bobbins have got a lot of thread on there as well. So that just drops in. So did the machine tell you that the wrong bobbin was in there?
No, it will. So you don't necessarily have to use a bobbin thread,
Okay,
but traditionally this is the way to do it. Because what you can see with that white on the bottom and a different colour on the top is how your tension is depending on the fabric.
Okay.
And you can adjust from there.
Good to know those, good to know. Once again, the machine holds your hand all the way. It will not let you do anything unless the machine is happy. You know you're in safe hands with this as well. You know you're in the big name. Britannia is what we're looking at here. We're currently looking at the embroidery machine. It works with the sewing machine that I've got as the one-day special, or it'll also work with any other Britannia sewing machine that you've already got in your catalogue.
Right, so away we go. So thread-wise, there's lots of different embroidery threads available. I'm just going to use the one I came in with, short on time, but you can use the Madeira threads. They're absolutely beautiful. Some of them have a sheen to them, which is really, really nice, gives it a different look. And that's just going to start sewing away.
And then we can leave it and walk away and come back to it when it's done?
That's it, yeah. So on this one, so this has just got one colour in, so you can do exactly that. Leave it, come back to it when it's finished, and yeah, it'll be done, and you can move on to the next project.
We had things with more than one colour in. Does it prompt us to change the colour? Will it just stop at a certain point, or will it do all of the one colour, then stop, then we change, or are we forever stopping and starting?
That's it. It'll do all of that one colour as much as it's capable of doing in that go. It will then stop, give you a bleep, automatically cut the thread, so you can just whip that colour off and put the next colour on.
So it's worth having a little look at. Remember, you're getting so many designs in here. You also get a full manual as well. So everything is step by step in the manual is what you're going to be getting. It's on 3 flexible payments, £166 and 23p. Do we get a warranty with this one as well, our embroidery machine?
Yes, there's a 2-year warranty on the embroidery unit.
So you're getting a 2-year warranty, which will all be sorted for you before you sent out. 509464 is your item number for your embroidery machine. That also, I absolutely love it. I really, really do. It is a beautiful piece of work with your screen that's already on there. I love it. I really, really love it. As I've just said, and it's very rare I've done this, I think I've sold it to myself. The whole team, we're all like, we saw the machine here and he was like, yeah, it looks good. It looks very good, but is it as good as we say? It's amazing. Let me give you the details for the one-day special machine as well, because we are running short of the time that we've got at the moment. Remember, your embroidery machine works with your one-day special sewing machine as well. Everything that works on there, and you get all those added extras already thrown in. £478 and 94p, or 3 flexible payments on this one as well. We've tried to give you as many flexible payments as I can, and remember, anyone buying throughout this hour, we put into that prize draw that we're drawing at 5 o'clock tomorrow. That must mean I'm drawing tomorrow afternoon after my 4 o'clock show. So after my 4 o'clock final call tomorrow, one lucky person, if you've placed an order, whether it's in this show or any of the Stitch to Impress shows as well, could be walking away with this very bundle tomorrow afternoon. So it's during the 5 o'clock show, nothing to do with me at all. £159 and 65p across 3 flexible payments. So let's sum this up for you. We've got 3 minutes left on the show. Save me summing up. Let's use our expert while we have him here, George. So for people that may be sitting at home at the moment thinking, I like the concept, I like the ideas, it's an easy machine that's going to grow with me, but I'm still unsure. What would you say to those people?
I'd say quality is always worth investment, and you aren't going to get stung with this machine. It does an awful lot, but the mechanics behind it are there to support all its functions as well. Whether you're just beginning out or an experienced sewer, this one will grow with you, as you say.
So it's worth having a little look. Shall I run through the features? Let me show you the features one more time. You are getting 65 stitches in this machine. You're getting auto tension, so no faff. You saw we went from organza to 6 layers of denim. You're also getting sample patterns that's in there as well, and you get a full stitch control functions in there. You get a tangle-free bobbin winder system with safety guard that you've already got on there. You get a foolproof needle threading system, which was very quick and easy. No doubt we'll go through that again with Catherine later as well. You get a slow speed, so you can go from quick to slow, or you can go to tortoise speed as well if you wanted to. Simple quick step bobbing system. You get that LED light and you get the hard case with compartments to put all your accessories in. And then we've also thrown in your freebies as well. We're also giving you your extension table, which are worth $39.99 on its own. And you're also getting your accessory set as well, worth £59.95 is what you're looking at for there. But the money that you're saving, that £120 that you're saving, it's that, and you've got extra in your pocket as well. What more can I say? Over 10% of the stock has already gone in the first hour. I genuinely, hand on heart, and you know I only say it as it is, genuinely think I could personally use this machine at home. Maybe you've always wanted to give quilting a go. Maybe you've always wanted to get dressmaking a go. I've got patterns in the next hour. We'll help you along the way. But it's all right having this stuff, but you need the right tools for the job. Once you've got the right tools for the job, the tools pay for themselves. They really, really will. Once again, you are looking at a business in a box. Maybe you're going to start turning up trousers, doing hems, making dresses. It's very on trend at the moment with the programs that we've currently got on the TV. These, if you maybe you want to make that bolero dress or that little floaty skirt that you've always wanted. And have you ever tried paying for turn-up trousers or a pair of curtains? It's very expensive. And if you're thinking, yeah, but you only ever do it once. Yeah, but you do it once, then you move or you want a new set of curtains, you're going to have to do it again. It's a machine that you can bring in and bring out at any time you want. Thank you, George. It's always a pleasure.
Cheers, Adam. Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I've learned so much this hour as well. Remember, Catherine will be here at 8 o'clock this evening as well with more questions, and we'll go right back to basics with this machine. That's what we're going to be doing. Please check out your baskets. I don't want you to miss out on anything that we've already seen because you're going to enjoy it. I think you really, really will. You've heard them testimonials. I'll see you in the next hour. Don't go anywhere. See you in a minute.